Much of my big fat Greek wedding hinges on just how massive Tula Portokalos, Nia Vardalos, brood is, which only makes the Portokalos/Miller family tree more than a tad complicated. Penned by Vardalos, the first entry in the My Big Fat Greek Wedding movie trilogy is based on the writer and stars one-woman 45-minute monologue workshop. After fellow Greek actor Rita Wilson and her husband, Tom Hanks, saw Vardalos' show, the Hollywood couple produced the 2002 film, which sees an aimless Tula falling in love with Ian Miller, John Corbett, all while coming into her own. Much to her giant, ever-prying family's dismay, Tula's true love isn't Greek. For the Portokalos clan, and especially Tula's father, Gus, Michael Constantine, the cultural divide seems insurmountable. If anything, Tula's family is proud to be Greek, and are dead set on making her feel the same way. As Tula comes to terms with her heritage, her family acclimates to the idea of Tula marrying Ian. One of the highest-grossing rom-coms and indie films of all time, My Big Fat Greek Wedding earned a staggering $368.7 million against a $5 million budget, and spawned a franchise. Ian Miller is Tula's husband. John Corbett. After meeting briefly in Tula's family diner, Ian Miller and his future wife don't see each other again for a few months. Mortified at her inability to be confident in front of Ian, Tula finds herself a tad more confident when Ian happens upon her at the family travel agency. While the couple hit it off immediately, Tula is more than nervous to introduce Ian to her family, as they're always in her business. Eventually, Ian becomes part of the Portokalos clan, with Gus and the others realizing just how much the ever-supportive Ian loves Tula. Maria Portokalos is Tula's mother. Lainey Kazan. Maria in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Tula's mother, Maria, may seem like a homemaker who merely falls in line with what her husband, Gus, thinks. However, in one of My Big Fat Greek Wedding's best quotes, Maria reveals that she's the family's neck, and, as such, she can turn the head any way she likes. Warm and loving, Maria wants what's best for her 3 children, especially Tula, whose life path isn't quite what Gus envisioned. In the sequel, Maria's comedic chops shine when she becomes the titular nuptials bride. By the third film, Maria is living with dementia, though she's still a loving matriarch. Kostas Gus Portokalos is Tula's father. Michael Constantine. Gus from My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 holds up a Windex bottle. Played by the late Michael Constantine, Kostas Gus Portokalos is the head of the big Greek brood. Perhaps most well-remembered for his love of Windex and remarkable, if flawed, ability to link any word's origins to the Greek language, Gus is very set in his ways. As the trilogy goes on, the movie series illustrates Gus' hypocrisy, or at least some of the decisions that might have shaped his narrow view in the first film. Although Constantine passed before the third film, Gus' character still has a huge impact on the cast of My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Thea Vula is Maria's sister, and Tula's aunt. Andrea Martin. One of My Big Fat Greek Wedding's most memorable characters, Aunt Vula, Andrea Martin, is someone Tula wants, and needs, in her corner. While Vula is Maria's sister, she couldn't be more different than Tula's mother, who's a bit quieter and more rational. Aunt Vula, on the other hand, is the first to offer up ouzo shots and wild stories about her unborn twin, which she discovered by way of a biopsy. Always there for her niece, Aunt Vula stands by Tula through thick and thin, and even travels to Greece with the family in the third film. Nick Portokalos is Tula's younger brother. Louis Mandler. Nick in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. Nick, who is Tula's younger brother, works at the family diner in the first My Big Fat Greek Wedding film. Although he dreams of being an artist, Nick can't push himself to go against Gus' wishes. He also gets something of a free pass as the family's only son, at least in Tula's mind. Inspired by Tula's willingness to carve out her own path, Nick draws a new menu for the diner, and tells Tula that she's the reason he decided to stand by his passions. As the series continues, Nick is more relegated to the role of comic relief. Theo Taki is Vula's husband, and Tula's uncle. Jerry Mendicino. Uncle Taki in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Vula's husband and Tula's uncle, Uncle Taki, Jerry Mendicino, isn't a pivotal character in the My Big Fat Greek Wedding movies, but he's certainly memorable. Both Taki and Gus think of themselves as proper patriarchs who lay down the law. Little do they realize, it's Vula and Maria who run the show. In My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, Uncle Taki proves to be one of Gus' dearest friends, and, in the third film, his role is little more than a glorified cameo. Still, he remains a great balance to Vula.